Hey guys, and welcome to a new series on my channel. Recently I asked you guys whether or not you'd be interested in seeing a palette a day series. A couple of you did say you'd be interested in seeing that series testing all of the indie brand eyeshadow palettes that I have in my collection, and these are brand new to me. I made it kind of a mission in my personal life to support more independent brands and get more into indie eyeshadow brands. So I have been hauling a bunch. I've got a bunch of different indie brand haul shadow videos on my channel. I think there's 4 installments, and I will be trying to link those in the description box in case you guys are interested in checking them out and you haven't already. But I have 45 palettes that I have not tested, I have not put on my eyes. I have swatched most of these in the haul video, but in these videos I am going to fully swatch all of the palettes before we do one look. Not all of these palettes are still available. I noticed that after hauling them, some of them sell out. That's how indie brand shadows go. But in case some of them do come back in stock, and in case you guys have these palettes in your current collection and are interested in seeing a look, I am going to include all of the palettes that I hauled, regardless of whether or not they are still available. I am just picking the palettes that are really calling to me the day that I come up here to film these videos. And if you are interested in me doing a look with any one of those next, please leave it in the comments below. If you guys aren't currently subscribed, I'd love to see you subscribe. You guys, let's get into it. Welcome to another eyeshadow palette a day video, you guys. I am feeling something super bright. I did recount the palettes that I had, and I still have 42 left, including this one. I have purchased a couple new ones, like new releases from this year. So I've added to what I had, but maybe only by like a half dozen. I haven't added that many. So I still have 42. After this one, it'll be 41. I was feeling such a spring look, something super bright, yellow, orange, those kind of colors for a while. So I knew the next look that I was going to do had to be something like that. And I had this in my collection. And since I purchased this has been discontinued. So this is from Gloss Gods. It's First Gal on Venus. As far as I know, this is no longer made. They're no longer selling this. They do have like other palettes that I feel like are of this kind of naming convention, which I have. Like they have some all shimmer ones that are of these 12 pans like this that are beautiful, but this one unfortunately is not still available on their website. Here's the color story. I put on my bright yellow shirt for today's look because I knew I wanted to do something super bright. Now this has a lot less mattes than it has shimmers, but I think there are different textured shimmers in this palette too. You even have like a satin yellow here that we're gonna go for, but some of these are chunky and then some of these are more smooth, and then you have like a multi-chrome down here that's a really smooth one. It's green to orange, I think. Like it's hard to show. Green to orange to red. I like the Gloss Gods formula. I want to say that like the Gloss Gods formula, somewhere it landed in 24, like one of my favorite palettes of the year. I'm dying to get this on the eyes, but I'm going to do my videos a little bit differently. I'm going to go back to live swatching like I usually do, just so I can ooh and ah over the shimmers and I can really see like the full flip of the shadows before I apply them, or pick the shimmer that I want to go for before I apply it. And then I'm going to speed through the portion of me putting on the rest of my makeup so you guys can see the products that I'm using. I just think that that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think I have all my stuff here. So can't tell you how much this costs because it's discontinued, but if you guys have this in your collection and you've been ignoring it for a while, I feel like right now is the perfect time for this. It is like perfectly sunny day too. I'm so excited for this palette. I'm not kidding. All right, let me call out the shades as I swatch them. We're just gonna swatch from left to right, top to bottom. This is all warm. Like none of these are gonna be neutral whatsoever. This one's called Venus Veil. It's like a brown, but it's like super, super warm. And then this one looks very chunky, but this is the one that I'm most drawn to as it pertains to the shimmer. This one is called Hidden Figure Hues. Yes, Hidden Figure Hues. It's chunky, but it's the most like light reflecting. It just looks super duper yummy. I don't know, maybe we'll use 2 different shimmers. I think that it's gonna depend on how these swatch out. And then this one is also like a super chunky one. I have swatched this in one of my indie haul shadow videos. This one's called Spacewalk. Oh, stop right now. See? This is why I feel like swatching it or doing live swatches might be critical. Oh my gosh, it has like a pink base and these intensely gold, foily sparkles. Oh, how could I not want to use that one? Yikes, there are some really good shimmers here. Now this one is not chunky necessarily, but it's not a smooth shimmer. This one is tackier feeling, so it's a little bit thicker. It's called Sally's Star, but this one is either a multi-chrome or a duochrome as well, because it has a red kind of brown flip. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me try and turn it like that. See, it's kind of like red brown. Really pretty. I didn't think it was gonna be a duochrome just by looking at it in the pan. All right, this one is a fabulously fiery shade 2. And this one feels like Sally Star. It feels like the last shimmer that we just swatched. But this one I don't think is flippy at all. It's just like super punchy. Ooh, yikes. Those are one of those like, they have really stickiness to them. Those kind of shimmers, you know, they don't have fallout. They're really sticky. Look at all the leftovers on my finger. I'm so excited. I think I have this camera positioned like maybe a little high. Much better. All right, this is a satin bright yellow called Solar Synergy. And I think we're gonna try and use it as like a matte. Man, look at that. Does that match my shirt or what? We are definitely using that shade. That shade is calling to me. Now this red I'm debating on whether or not I want to use because I like the deep brownie shade in here, but it's the perfect orangey red for this palette here. Oh, these mattes. Gloss Gods has amazing mattes. I mean, they have amazing shimmers too. There's been a couple of palettes that I've had from Gloss Gods that were like more on the soft side as far as shimmers go, and so they weren't my favorite. But sometimes they do these like amazing formulations where they give you variety and they're flippy and the mattes are super duper creamy. This is an orange matte. Look, they're like single swipe. Did I even need to go back in that second time? That's like a bright sunset right there. All right, Europa's Essence is this next shimmer, and it's again one of the like sticky types of shimmers, but not chunky. Yeah, this one, and this one, they all feel the same. They leave your leftovers, but not thin either, like the last shimmer that I'm gonna swatch for you guys. Look at this bright. I'm so excited. All right, here's the last matte, Astronaut's Aura, which I'm debating. Like, I think I want this one over the red, but I'm still debating because I want it to be like fiery, but maybe we just put the red on the bottom. It's either like the red goes in the outer corner and the brown goes on the bottom, or we switch it up. I'm just not sure what I want to do yet. All right, these last two shimmers, I'm going to swatch them together. This is a beautiful multi-chrome, super soft. This one is sticky, tacky, like the other two that I just pointed out, 3 rather, that I just pointed out. Ooh, that is a green to orange. Oh, and it's so obvious. That multi-chrome, that last one, is delish. I mean, you could really have some fun with this palette. There's lots of things. I think even if you wanted to take it maybe not so bright, you probably could. That multi-chrome at the end is serious. The flip on it is wild. These two shimmers have the most sparkle to them, and I love sparkly shimmers, so I want to say those are the ones I'm going to end up going with. But those are the swatches. Man, they are pigmented. Woo! Okay, you guys, let's get into it. We're gonna start off with Solar Synergy, and I'm going in the inner corner. I'm going to take Mercury and I'm gonna take it in the middle. We're gonna do a shimmer all over the bottom part of the lid, so even though I'm laying the matte down all over the lid, it's definitely gonna show more up here once I get the shimmer down, but I'm gonna try and keep the shimmer or shimmers to the bottom part of my lid, so they won't show quite as much. Usually I take the shimmer like pretty far up, but I'm gonna try and avoid that because I really do want to utilize a lot of these mattes. And then I'm debating on whether to take this red shade or this one right here in the outer corner. I'm thinking that it needs to be the red if I'm gonna fade it into this like fiery look, and then we'll take this one as like a super tight liner on the bottom and then maybe buff it out with like that shade. That's what I'm thinking. But also I'm gonna lay this down as a transition shade first with a super fluffy brush because I think that'll blend all of the shades together pretty well. So that's what I'm gonna do, just like this, and that was it. That's pretty much all I want, and it didn't need a lot at all. Super fluffy brush and done. I always do my eyes first because I like to make a mess. So I bought a mirror that I put right here underneath the camera, which is gonna be so much nicer for filming for you guys because I don't have to like look over here. So I'll be able to like look straight down. I am going to take a more flat packer brush and go into Solar Synergy, and we're just going to place it as much in the inner corner as I can. I don't know how this one's gonna lay down, you know, compared to the other ones that are fully matte, because this one's a little bit satin. Yeah, I wish this was a full matte. That would be so nice because it looks satin. I'm gonna do both sides together. I think it's about making it even for me, making sure along the way it's as even as I can get it. I think I'm gonna stick with this same brush and just wipe it off and then go into Mercury 13, which is the orange shade right there. and start fading these together. Did I take this yellow as high as I wanted? See, that's why I need to do both eyes at the same time. All right, now we're going into the orange with the other side of the brush. And again, I'm doing the bottom part of the lid, but I'm mostly concerned with up here. We're gonna do some blending at the end because I do wanna blend up here. I don't wanna blend down here. I don't even care about what's going on my lid, but I do wanna blend up here. Did I, again, make that the same placement? I don't know. Look how pigmented this is. Yikes. All right, we're gonna use the same brush that's now like, look at how stained the orange is on it, and yellow. We're gonna take that red. Oh my gosh. And now we're going here. And I'm going to decide whether or not this is gonna be the deepest color in the outer corner, which I don't know. Maybe we will just leave it like this and see how it goes. All right, I'm packing it over here as well. And I didn't do these evenly. I think I have like more orange over here and less red over here. Okay. All right, we're sticking with that. I'm gonna go back into that brush that I used as my transition brush, and I'm gonna fade these a little bit together. I'm probably gonna take like a little bit more of that transition shade and kind of buff the edges of these colors. It's like a freaking rainbow. Just deepened up the red on both sides a little bit. I don't want too much blending because remember the lids are going to be covered primarily. I'm gonna go back into the orange on this side. I kind of feel like it's not taking. That yellow is kind of taking over and the red is kind of taking over. Like this side did a lot better. They're kind of blending together. All right, I am going to wet a shimmer brush. It's a pretty big Packer shimmer brush. And I'm going into Hidden Figures. Let me show you. It's this one. And I am going to like deepen with that one. Two different colors, I think. We're gonna go like kind of inner corner with the Hidden Figure shade. I really do wish I could get my finger in here. Like it would be so much nicer if I could use it, but I feel like I'm gonna make a mess if I do that. So I'm just gonna stick with this. It just would be so much more impactful if I did. All right, that's precisely where I wanted to take that yellow shade, is just on top of the yellow. Then we're gonna take that really deep orange shimmer right here. Maybe I can use my finger for this one. I'd rather do that if I can get away with it. It's just like, can I reach it without making a mess? Yes, I can. Okay. Yeah, it's the sparkle I want. Otherwise, that multi-chrome would have been fabulous too. But I really do just want the fire, the sparkle. Kind of rub these two together with a brush with nothing on it. Just a bit. I kind of think that might be the look. And I'm carving out my little edges. I'm going to take a tiny bit more of that transition shade, that Venus Veil. I really do want this to be so light. Just right here to fade this red out just a little bit, not too much. Just give it like a little bit of a softer edge and only on the red. I am gonna use that satin yellow in the inner corner, but we need to finish the rest of my makeup in order to add it back. I think I got what I was going for with this. The camera still is too high. Anyway, I'm going to throw on some lashes. I'm just going to reuse my Ardell Naked lashes because I have a pair that I like and that were kind of out and I've only worn once. So I'm gonna speed through this process of me finishing, I'm starting to get red, my makeup and putting on my lashes, and then we'll come back and we'll finish the eye look. I actually might speed through like the bottom part and all of that good stuff. But I am gonna go in with my 2-in-1 Moira Lash Adhesive and Waterproof Liner, which will give us black liner. that was really fun. Oh, that actually came out really good. I didn't have any snafus. That was exactly what I was hoping that it would be. Like the look came out perfect. The mattes came together. The shimmers came together. Everything performed super well. I was super duper pleased. I told you guys there are some Gloss Gods palettes that I feel like are on the more subtle side. They don't like have very much reflection to the shimmers. They're not chunky. You're not dealing with like duochromes and multichromes and things like that. But then there are some palettes that they do that they just give you the most amazing mattes. I think Gloss Gods is quite underrated brand personally. I think the first palette that I ever had from them like immediately made me fall in love to the point where I was like, okay, I need to go to the site and I need to buy as many color stories as I personally like to have more in my collection. So I do have more to test, but again, some of them were all shimmer palettes, so I didn't want to test them on camera in these videos, so I did actually just kind of like pull those aside to test on my own because I don't think I could do like an all shimmer look. I probably could, but I don't know how exciting that would be. I still wanted to do this even though it was discontinued, just because I really wanted to do a fiery look. I don't think I have any other palette like this in my collection personally. Not one that is like all yellow, orange, red, like super warm toned with a multi-chrome with some fiery shimmers, like nothing just like this. And I think that's kind of why I got it. Like I love this eye look. I think this is like precisely what I was hoping that it would turn out to look like. I'm super thrilled. There's a lot of things that you can do with this. You know, if you just wanted to stick with the warm tone browns, they would look really nice, especially if you wanted to just do a week with like different shimmers. You totally could. I picked the two chunky ones, but some of the other ones are really good quality, or at least like feel they are. So I love Gloss Gods. I mean, you do have to pay international shipping. I don't personally have a discount code with them, but I do have like an affiliated link. If you guys do purchase something, I do earn a commission. That's just how they set me up, that I think I have to have so many orders with the brand in order for me to like reach a second tier ambassador level. So I've had some purchases from the palettes that I've recommended from Gloss Gods, but not a ton. But again, I don't have a discounted code at the current moment, but I will leave my affiliated link in case you guys want to check out anything that they still have on their site. Now, a lot of the palettes that are in these 12 pans like this are still there. And again, they're super good quality. If I was going to recommend anyone to you guys, it's like the one that's like the nude version. I'll pop up a picture somewhere on the screen for you. I will also be linking everything that I used to put today's look together in the description box in case you guys are interested. I hope you like this format where I'm like showing you guys applying the makeup so you guys can see how the whole look came together. I had a lot of fun. If you guys aren't currently subscribed, I'd love to see you subscribe, you guys. I'm out of here and I hope to catch y'all in my next video. Bye guys.